double winners at the double, preparing for the defence of their titles. Manchester United on video captures a hectic pre-season. In Ireland, the smiling eyes were focused on Ryan Giggs, caught kissing in the corner. Next in the pecking order, a tribute to Mark Hughes in his testimonial year.
Hughes. The try's locked. It's in!
From the established men to the wannabes, United new boys at home, with Graeme Tomlinson making sweet music. David May relaxing with girlfriend Karen, mind that dirty ball on the washing line. And we take a walk down memory lane to bring United fashions bang up to date. All the up-to-date action too. Eric Cantona, talk of the town.
Seneca got a reach, it's Cantona with a header, and United have equalised.
We've got United youngsters on the mark in the Lancashire Cup, the pick of the goals from the summer tournament, plus a preview of European Cup opponents to come, from familiar faces at Barcelona to all too familiar scenes in Galatasaray. It's great to be back.
We're spotted a bit in Europe. It's time for Manchester United to grow into Europe and realise it as part of the modern game.
The passport to Europe came courtesy of a second consecutive championship trophy. In May, it was party time in Manchester, with Alex Ferguson's side parading through the streets as double winners. On a tide of emotion following the FA Cup win over Chelsea, the Reds rolled out the red carpet just one more time for Mark Hughes on his testimonial night against Celtic. A packed house had gathered to pay tribute to Sparky, nobody more popular than the quiet man of Old Trafford. Hughes is the type who's happiest at home with his family, sons Curtis and Alex, daughter Zena. He's actually making his future in the area and building his own home. Not bad, is it, from a boy from Wrexham who first came to United as a schoolboy. In those days, it was all angelic looks, curly locks and precocious talent. A talent nurtured first under then-manager Ron Atkinson.
And he, incidentally, was the biggest reason why Peter Beardsley didn't join Manchester United. Because we had Peter on loan from Vancouver, and we had to make a decision. And at the time, I think it was going to cost us something like about £500,000. And I said to Brian Whitehouse, the reserve coach, I said, well, what do you think? He said, well, I'll tell you what, we've got a kid in the reserves that I think's better. And he's for nothing. And that's Mark Hughes.
It was 1983 against Oxford when Mark Hughes announced his arrival in typical fashion.
So Wilkins with the free kick to Duxbury. And Hughes came in! And what a start for him!
Hughes had launched a wonderful career. The stage, the setting just suited his style on the pitch. So did the goal scoring.
Well, my father was a good local goalkeeper, but I played in goal for a couple of years, but I didn't quite like it. Not enough glory for me, so I soon moved out.
His partner up front in the early days was Frank Stapleton, at that time one of the most accomplished strikers in Europe.
There was times when we had arguments. I used to scream at him to release the ball earlier, and he would just go, shrug his head and say yes, and then the next time he'd do it again. But eventually, we played very well together.
Robson, showing his luck away on the left here, and the pass finding Stapleton. He's got Hughes waiting in the middle! Tremendous goal!
Stapleton looks up for the right ball, picks out Hughes! Oh, that was the right ball, brilliant! Brilliant goals and the famous Hughes temper, an explosive package that's made him a darling with the fans. Sparky wears his heart on his sleeve, with Manchester United pumping through his veins.
Confrontational part of the game is the part of the game I enjoy.
It's Alex Ferguson that brought him home and in many ways set him free. A testimonial year for Mark Hughes, and no one deserves it more.
With a bicycle kick, it's there! Robson set up, Hughes, 1-1! Instinctive and unstoppable. There's no better volleyer in the game.
Twice Mark's been Players' Player of the Year, a record, but then essentially a player's player is what he... So too the equaliser against Oldham at Wembley, and there's plenty more to come.
I think a lot of people get the wrong idea that once you've had a testimonial, that's you finished and you move on, and I don't anticipate doing that.
Gary Walsh kicking long towards Mark Hughes. And Mowbray just about the quicker to halt the United sortie forward. Blackmore's throw. Roy Keane a bit lax in the concentration, and Simon Donnelly just nicking it away from him. And Bruce standing off him, and Donnelly scoring. Well, Celtic have the lead. Nice finish too. Lee Sharp. 3 Celtic defenders around him. Giggs, lovely first time ball, but it's just a bit too deep. Brian McClare though trying to keep things alive for United. Gary Neville. Good skills, good cross, Dublin! Superb goal from United. The congratulations to Dublin, but credits to the youngster on the right side. Shot. Claire. Just trying to nick it through for Giggs, but it hit the back of his legs rather. Good shot from Faulkner. And well saved by Gary Walsh, diving to his left-hand side. Well, it may be a friendly, but plenty of good excitement. And the Celtic fans really haven't stopped singing, making this a real festive atmosphere. It might be more than that now. Donnelly! Celtic are 2-1 up, and the Celtic fans will sing even more now. Slow but steady build-up. Smith looking into Collins. Byrne, and here is a chance now for Faulkner. Well, he almost seemed to have taken too long, but in the end it was precise. 3-1.
Hughes admitted the ovation at full time completely took his breath away. An unassuming man with a wonderful talent. So many magical moments that Mark Hughes has given United fans, and now they're captured on an official video. Hughesy, the story of Mark Hughes, and what a story it's been. In fact, 2 of his goals were nominated by Alex Ferguson in his goal of the season choices. Here's a recap for you. And almost inevitably, the winner should be Sparkies against Sheffield United.
I'm going to go along with the team play one, and the reason that the game is at that time 0-0, and there was some fierce tackling going on. So we had to, as the passing move developed, there were some physical challenges in that passing, you know. So I'm going to choose Mark Hughes' goal against Sheffield United as my winner.
Parker. Oh, what a beautiful goal! Count the passes, and then the finish.
And the winner, Helen Westwood from Altrincham, who won herself 4 tickets for the Charity Shield against Blackburn. Mark Hughes, goal of the season. Congratulations to Helen.
More for Charlton. Bang!
For all the goals, for all the memories, Bobby Charlton became Sir Bobby Charlton, knighted by the Queen at Buckingham Palace at a ceremony attended by his family. The whole of football sent its best wishes.
My pals will still call me Bobby, I hope. But no, it's an honour. No disrespect for the title. I expect a lot of people will call me Bobby, Sir Bobby, but Bobby's my name. Very proud.
Meanwhile, brother Jack was leading Ireland into the World Cup. The United representatives were at full-back and in midfield. Dennis Irwin and Roy Keane, who went on to play a major role into the second phase. For those not in the States, alternative ways to spend a summer. Ryan Giggs makes a commercial for Reebok. Football star, video star, and what Ryan Giggs looks for in a girl. On Channel 4 Surf Potatoes, Danny Bear asking the questions.
Nothing really, just basically a good sense of humour, can have a laugh, and just be themselves really.
But not satisfied with one, it was on to another. Ryan's wink to make the girls think, then all eyes on Lee Sharp on holiday on the golf course.
Hi Danny, been playing around the golf.
So how will I know which club to use then? They all look the same to me.
Well, your driver sends it a long way. Your wedge is for when you're near the green.
Right.
And you put us for putting it in the hole.
Forget the golf, about to be uncovered one special Sharpie secret.
Now, you've got a little special thing to show me, haven't you?
Come on, all the girls
get it out, get it out.
Get what out?
Your little special thing.
No, not on camera, I can't.
Go on. Sure, look, come, let's just give him a quick flash.
I can't, it's a secret.
No, come on, self-exclusive.
Do you want it?
Yeah, come on.
No, I can't.
Come on, I tell you what, I'll just hold the back bit up.
Go on,
Don't have to take your t-shirt off. There we go, how's that? And they say he's not wild.
I'd love to hear that.
Paul Ince wasn't interviewed by Danny Bayer, neither was Gary Pallister, but both were back in training on July the 20th.
Manchester United. New signing. Trialist. Total trialist.
The pre-season slog beginning in the tranquil, picturesque settings of Littleton Road, this time without a number of familiar faces. Les Seeley, a free transfer to Blackpool. Mike Phelan on his way to West Bromwich Albion. Clayton Blackmore recruited to the Middlesbrough bandwagon by the new boss Brian Robson. How strange that Robbo won't be here this term. It means a new club captain, Steve Bruce.
I mean, that's the one thing about coming to the club. What I did all those years ago was to win things. I've proved a point that I was right in my decision to come here. I mean, the club is all geared up for success. We've got the makings of a truly great side. It's brilliant to be part of it, and to be captain of it, as I've said all along, is a complete honour.
David May was the summer's major signing by Alex Ferguson, £1.25 million securing the services of the Blackburn defender, although the investment in youth continued with the acquisition of Bradford's Graeme Tomlinson. He's a bright young thing with a passion for mixing his own sounds. He fancies being a DJ in the future. For the time being, he just fancies being a first-team centre-forward.
I'm very surprised because first 1 minute I'm playing the juniors at Bradford and next minute I'm first team and now I'm signed for Man United. It's happened really quickly.
Last season actually he did extremely well in the FA Youth Cup against us because we thought we'd do quite well in that. They knocked us out in the first round and most of the damage actually came from Graeme. So we monitored him as the season went on, and when we knew his contract was up at the end of the season we moved in quickly.
It was Frank Stapleton and Stuart Pearson who brought Graeme through when they were in charge at Bradford, and they should know one or two things about being centre-forwards and centre-forward play. Tomlinson certainly has the eye for goal. He's one for the future, the near future.
I thought about staying at Bradford for another year or two and hopefully playing the first team there. But it's a chance of a lifetime to move to Man United, and they might not ever get the chance again. And so I thought I've got to take it and try my best because that's where everybody wants to play. Everyone wants to be there at Man United, and luckily I've been given the chance, and I want to do the best I can there.
In many ways, it seemed his destiny to make it right to the top. The family have kept scrapbooks throughout his career, right up to the present day. It's a dream that's become a reality.
He's a very bright lad, sharp and good football brain, moves, links well, his finishing's very decent, but he's one for the future really. And I would think that by next summer he'll start to be getting bigger and stronger and he'll be a real prospect, I think.
Away from the game, his passion is music. It's kind of relaxing and he's kind of good.
I've got some decks upstairs which are like sort of DJing in my bedroom. I'm really into that. My brother's here, plays in a group down in London. He's signed with Sony Records. Heavy rock type sort of scene. And they're touring America, I think, in a couple of weeks.
And your kind of musical preferences are different completely?
Yeah, I'm completely into dance music, sort of garage, house music, hip hop. I like a lot. I like the whole lot of it. Music I can't stand. I hate shout music. It really gets on my nerves.
He's doing all the DJing on the mixing the discs, and your other son's in a band, and you're into Cliff Richard over here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Cliff sort of reigns supreme in this house, does he?
Well, I've liked Cliff since I was about 14 years old, so...
And do they buy you Cliff records and take you to concerts and what have you?
My husband takes me to the concerts. They buy me a calendar every Christmas, but that's on the wall because they didn't buy me a calendar last Christmas, so...
Scandal, isn't it? So, would you like to take this DJing seriously eventually?
Yeah, I'd like to. I think it'd be good. Because I really enjoy doing it in my bedroom. But it's a lot different when you're doing it in the club, because I know quite a few mates are DJs and stuff. But I get a thrill of it doing it in my bedroom, and I do tapes for my mates and things. And I've always wanted to do it in front of like a crowd.
But your mum's into Cliff Richard.
Oh God, I know.
She's really miffed that you didn't buy her a calendar this Christmas.
I know, I forgot. Embarrassment going to a shop and buying one.
Graeme made his United debut in the Lancashire Cup against Rochdale at Spotland in the sun. The first team stars were otherwise engaged, no Giggs or Cantona, but plenty of players in the side that Alex Ferguson has said he'll use in the coming season, particularly with Europe in mind. United have a wealth of talent just knocking on the first team door, and Tomlinson has now taken his place in the queue.
Ball drops to Gillespie, holds it on to Tomlinson, and the summer signing from Bradford almost makes a name for himself with a spectacular flying kick. Okay, to Gillespie, dispossessed, but quickly onto the ball is Paul Scholes. Real live wire, the United number 10. That's a nice pass as well, and David Beckham chips the goalkeeper with a header. Thanks go to the man who made it, Paul Scholes. Thackeray on the right wing for Rochdale. It's a teasing little cross, and Williams claims he was pulled down then by Gary Neville, and the referee clearly agrees with him. Bill Flood puts the onus now on Kevin Pilkington. Stewart with the spot kick at Spotland, converted by Mark Stewart, and it's 1-1. Stewart looking for the opening. Whitehall's in there, and he beats the defender to the header, and a brilliant save by Kevin Pilkington. Exceptional save from the young United keeper to stop Whitehall. Rochdale have a good backing here. Williams tries the volley, takes a deflection, and he puts Rochdale ahead. But winning out in midfield. Now Beckham loves to run with the ball, has one or two options. Tries the shot from 35 yards, and terrible goalkeeping. The second fortunate goal of the game for David Beckham, but he won't care, they all count. Stewart. Rochdale turning on a little bit of skill here. It's a teasing cross for the goalkeeper. It's a brilliant save by Pilkington, and an appalling miss from Peake. How he missed that, only he knows. But plays it back to Whitworth. Sells his goalkeeper a little bit short. Reid goes flying in, and Sean Reid is gifted a goal. Rochdale are back in the lead, and the brother of the former Manchester City manager gets one over his brother's old rivals. Interesting little set piece this, as Scholes floats the cross in. Up in the air from Owen. Ball bouncing dangerously. Gillespie has the shot cleared off the line. In goes Button. He can't get the equaliser. He just cannot get that third goal.
David May's debut, meanwhile, came in the same competition 3 days later as captain against Burnley. Also in the lineup, Lee Sharp, enjoying an injury-free pre-season at last.
Min and Deary. Min eventually sorting things out. Here's Phyllis Kirk. Casper snapping away at his back. Deary! Well, that's a cracker from John Deary. And Burnley had the lead. The best of balls, and Scholes read it perfectly, and that's a nice ball. Lee Sharp racing onto it. Williams has come out, and well, he's caught him quite painfully too on the side of the knee. And Burnley knocked the ball out of play for Sharp to receive treatment, but I don't think it's going to be any more punishment than that. Brian Kidd looks anxious, and no wonder. Beckham. Onside, Simon Davis. Well, the furthest man back for Burnley's Adrian Heath, but it doesn't matter because Davis with an exquisite lob. That's a great goal. Sharp. Bin saw the danger, but he's dwelling rather too much, and Sharp's caught him in possession, squares it, Scholes! 2-1 United. Sharp unselfish, Scholes deadly. Pilkington going long on this occasion. Header away by Wilson. And Nathan Peel is onside. He's taking his time, and he's finishing well. 2-2. Good goal from Nathan Peel. And I think David May is going to have his name taken. He is. A booking for David May. Interesting debut. Scholes. Beckham. This is good football. Tomlinson. Sharp. Oh, that's a great goal from United. Sharp savouring, enjoying that finish. The build-up was good too. 3-2 United.
So a winning debut for David May despite the yellow card. Not so much a steal for Manchester United as daylight robbery.
Sent the terms down at Blackburn, which then gave me permission to go and talk to other clubs. United were the first club. I must have spoke to United and that was it. I just waited to sign for them.
Mayhem, just amazing, said the papers. David as surprised as anybody else that Blackburn let him go.
Once David knew we were interested, there was only one outcome of it really. He was desperate to sign for us, and that's terrific to see actually that he was more keen to come here than any player I can remember, you know, so it gives him a great start, doesn't it?
One of David's greatest friends is the former United striker Mark Robbins, who played for the same junior team in Manchester, Boundary Park. David Platt was another contemporary in the same side, which is still one of the best around, managed by Gordon Robbins, you guessed it, Mark's dad.
I was just playing a round of golf with him, and he says, Dave, if you get a chance, go. He says, you'll love it. And really that was probably one of the reasons why I went.
But for such a snip, it couldn't be all good for United fans, could it? Dave's a blue, through and through.
I remember him getting to the cup final against Tottenham. I was only 10 at the time. I was gutted then. I got beat.
Did you go down and see them? Did you get a chance?
Yeah.
You went to Wembley?
Yeah.
Well, both occasions or just...
Yeah, both.
Really?
Yeah.
Where
Time off school.
Honestly? Oh, that's a giveaway now, isn't
Yeah.
it? Could you see? Were you standing up?
Yeah, I was standing up, yeah. Couldn't see much.
Did you see the goal, Ricky Villa's goal?
No, actually, I was watching some fighting. There was fighting going on down the bottom, so I was watching that.
He certainly had time to learn from one of the very best in Kevin Moran, who he says is his favourite player. Similar styles, just less scars. May's comfortable at right back or centre half, which he says is his preferred position. He's the unfussy type, who's assured and calm and very, very effective.
As at right back, you know, for me, I always thought it was like playing the third centre half. And it was really, it's a doddle playing right back.
He says, is it a doddle when you're marking people like Ryan Giggs?
Well, you're just trying to stay away from him.
Well, we always find here that when you sign someone into somewhere, it does give the place a little edge to it. Players, whatever position you may buy, they start looking over their shoulders a little, and I think that's a good thing.
I've not gone to United to just sit on the bench or sit in the stands. I've gone there to play.
It's not too many United players who have partners who compete in the head tennis, with girlfriend Karen 20 keepy-uppies across the washing line's the record. Beat that.
Edit! This is a competition at Man United. Roy Keane's had it for the whole year, the worst haircut. I'm not saying that yours is the worst, but they
Good
have...
chance of it.
No, I don't know.
In the summer signing stakes, Chris Sutton slipped the United net when a spiralling auction that Sotheby's would have been proud of began to move into overdrive. As usual, the press had their finger right on the button, and when Blackburn stepped in with a record £5 million, Norwich realised they played all their cards just right.
I've said to my colleagues that if you're interested, you simply have to register with us. Your offer, which has to be in excess of £5 million, has to be able to be completed by Friday. And in addition to that, we want an ongoing increase for many years to come.
We felt that it was a lot of money, you know, and he's only a young lad. And obviously in time he may turn out a good player, but it was a very difficult one for anyone to put the hat on and say 5 million. Only Blackburn Rovers can actually do that.
Youth was always Matt Busby's yardstick in the 1950s, and 40 years on, United's youth policy is paying handsome reward for club and country. Terry Cook and Phil Neville, just two names to keep an eye on. Phil's brother Gary's also at Old Trafford, both accomplished defenders. Terry, meanwhile, was featured in the Video magazine last season. Keep up the good work, lads. Best of luck to you. Now, if youth was his policy, then triumph in the European Cup was Sir Matt Busby's greatest footballing achievement for Manchester United. It's a legacy left for Alex Ferguson's side to follow. Remember, they've already tasted success in the Cup Winners' Cup against Barcelona.
What does it feel like? Oh, it's something new. Look at that. That's what it's about. It's the club. It's what Manchester United's about. Winning the biggest things you can possibly win.
United will meet Barcelona again in the European Champions League, a new format with seeded teams competing together, giving United a real chance this season. But these are the cream of Europe, and when the draw was made in Geneva, there was good, bad and ugly news for the side in terms of their section. At least they avoided the holders AC Milan. The manager actually heard the draw from Rob Palmer.
By playing Norwich, and then we had Aston Villa.
Well, this is going to be the draw for the European Cup, hopefully.
Get it down.
Give us 1 second.
Come here. Shoot it.
Right then. These are the seedings. United, Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go Barcelona.
So they're the seeds for the groups.
Oh, we'll get Barcelona.
Galatasaray.
Or
Azerbaijan.
Who?
Yeah.
Versus who?
Luxembourg, Azerbaijan.
Who are they from?
Luxembourg. Azerbaijan.
Right.
Fourth team will be IFK Gothenburg. Yeah. Sweden or Sparta Prague of Czechoslovakia.
Oh, it's a hard group. Okay.
Hey.
Barcelona. IFK Sparta Prague.
The Luxembourg team, how do you get through?
Can I have a really quick reaction from you? Your first thoughts on that?
Well, we're going to hell. We're going back to hell.
They might not have to yet, because Galatasaray must beat Azerbaijan to make the league section proper. So too Sparta Prague and Gothenburg. United and Barcelona are the two-seeded teams, and these are the dates for the games in the coming months. November is perhaps the key time, because then the Reds will definitely be travelling to the world-famous Nou Camp Stadium, home of Barcelona, home to 120,000 fanatical Spaniards. Barcelona, the pride of the Basque region, a team that won the European Cup at Wembley in '92, runners-up last season to AC Milan, a formidable proposition managed, of course, by Johan Cruyff. He's got some of the greatest names in the world at his disposal, but only 3 out of 4 can play in Europe. When United met Barcelona in 1984, Diego Maradona was in the starting lineup on a famous night at Old Trafford.
Right side, Stapleton! 2 goals in 2 minutes. It's a glorious night for Manchester United.
Rotterdam wasn't bad either.
If you finish first or second, you're into the next phase, and that's the object, to get into the next phase. Barcelona would be a fantastic atmosphere going over to the Nou Camp Stadium and playing in that, the 120,000. That'll be fabulous. That's great. That's what you want.
What you really don't want is the road to hell and Galatasaray. If the Turks get through the first round against the Minnows of Luxembourg, Azerbaijan, the match is on again. The United players will never forget their experience of last season, but they certainly won't shy away from the challenge if it arises this time round.
The atmosphere was absolutely fantastic. You were in the stadium, you've never heard anything like it before. We're used to it this time. It's what happened afterwards which we weren't happy about. I mean, obviously it's all been written about and documented. But the atmosphere in the stadium was fantastic to play in, and I'm sure it'll be the same this time.
But with Robbo gone, Brucey's now got a new roommate.
I've been pitched with Polly at the moment, but I don't think that's going to last very long. We have a nice understanding on the pitch, but in room partners, I think I might plump for somebody a little bit less quiet and go for maybe Hughesy, I think.
A little less quiet, do tell.
No, I cannot let him into his secrets. I'll let you ask him.
Not the best of roommates to have then.
Well, I'm not going to say anything, especially on video.
Watch this space. Now watch Sparta Prague from the Czech Republic, who played Gothenburg in the first round for the right to meet United. Last year, Sparta put pay to another Swedish side, Stockholm, in round one. The goalkeeper offered them a helping hand that night. Thanks very much. United and Barcelona are in Group A. In Group B, Bayern Munich and Spartak Moscow are the seeded teams. In Group C, it's Benfica from Portugal and Anderlecht from Belgium. And the favourites, AC Milan, well, they're in Group D with Ajax. That certainly is a tough one. Milan, definitely the team to beat.
That kind of tradition and achievements they have had in Europe, it brings the hairs on your neck up. No question about that. It makes you want to do well. It's not jealousy, it's a pride in yourself that you say to yourself, I want to be in there. I want Manchester United to be in that category of teams who do well in Europe.
Now here's your chance to see United's first home game in Europe on September the 14th. 4 tickets the prize if you can name the goal scorer on another famous European night back in 1976. Keep a close look out, he's the number 8. But what's his name?
Nichols cross. Well controlled by Koppel. Greenoff going in.
Just name the scorer and 4 tickets could be on their way to you.
We were just coming back from a pre-match meal just now, and me, Giggsy and Dion, and we walk along the corridor, and some girl was showing us up to the rooms because the kids were all downstairs. So we got to the lift. As we come out the lift, she stopped to get on the lift herself. So Dion was standing by the lift saying goodbye, thanks for taking us up. So Giggsy went behind him and ripped his trousers down. And as he ripped his trousers down, the lift opened, and there's 3 people standing there, and they just went like that. And he wasn't happy, so I think he's standing in the corner sulking at the moment. He's not talking to us at the moment.
United's first trip abroad this season came on the successful Tour of Ireland, games against Shelbourne in Dublin and Dundalk right on the border. Traditionally, United have always had a wonderful following here, and the welcome this time round was nothing short of amazing.
Manchester United have done very well out of Ireland, right through, going right back almost 50 years with Jackie Carey. Then in the 50s you had Blanchflower, Noel Cantwell, right up to today with Irwin and Keane. I mean, Ireland has been a fertile ground for Manchester United. They're paying their dues, I think, by coming here to let our supporters see them.
Sir Matt Busby was the first manager to cull the talent from north and south of the border. 2 of the great men of scouting were employed to uncover the best young players available. Players like Johnny Carey, captain in the 48 Cup final, and Busby babe Liam Whelan.
I'd say Manchester United were probably the only team to be scouting Northern at that time. Nobody else really bothered, you know. And Manchester got so many good players from the Republic, everybody else decided that maybe they should be over here as well. I'd say every English League club now has a representative in the Republic.
But the flow to United has been rich and profitable from north and south. Great names, great goals.
What a great goal! George Best and referee John Gow clapping his hands together and saying well done too. And Daly making a good break on the return and scoring a tremendous goal. They've got a second bite at it, right side. Oh, they're flying in now.
I had a bit of a skinhead, duffel coat, Doc Martin boots on,
and travelling first class over to Manchester every week with these business people.
What did they think when they saw you?
I don't know, they must have thought I was carrying drugs or something.
David May and Lee Sharp had joined up for the Dundalk game, though Roy Keane and Dennis Irwin were still resting.
That's great, manager. That's what he's playing. I love it.
The game was a sellout, of course, and it could just about sell anything you wanted. United appealed to everybody, young and old, boy and girl. Who's your favourite? A full house for the benefit of testimonial man Gino Lawless.
I'd be surprised if I see a black and white shirt out there today. Yeah, that's the way it is right to Ireland. They were over the last 92 they came over, and we played in Lansdowne for the Republic, and it was just red and white, not a green and white scarf in it. So that's the sort of pulling power you have in Ireland.
And it wasn't all friendly as Dundalk went 2 up before United finally found the gear.
And here's a gap in the United defence, and a goal as well for Tony Laughlin. Laughlin has played well, and there's space over to the right-hand side, and there's 2 men coming in on it. Byrne is one of them. There's no flag, and Pat Moore has the second. Here's Cantona. Giggs, great touch. Kanchelskis only got Hughes to aim at. That's where the ball's gone, and he's got there. Might have been a combination of defender and Hughes. And if I was betting, I would say that came off the defender last. McClare. Ince. McClare. And still, Cantona's at the near. There's Cantona. There's Kanchelskis. Got it all wrong. Here's Paul Ince. And he tumbles, and it's a penalty. Well, he was trying to ride the challenge. The leg came up, and Ince fell over it. So inside the first 2 minutes of the second half, the penalty king has a chance to do what he does best from the spot, and he's failed. Well, you can't believe it, can you? Now here's Ryan Giggs from the right-hand side all the way to the left. And Lawless has made a thumping challenge. But the ball's still broken for United. Here's Ince. Lee Sharp. He's done well. Ince lines up the shot and smashes it home. What a great finish that was. Flag's gone up. Referee hasn't seen it, but it made little difference on that occasion. Here's Ince. No offside flag. Eric Cantona, 3-2 chance now. And now still squares it unselfishly. Mark Hughes makes it 3-2. Hughes. Lovely touch. Ryan Giggs. 4-2.
When the penalty was given and he stepped up and took the ball out of me, I was going to ask him to bet him £100, but I said no, just in case he does score, I won't. But I regret it after, and now that I saved it, I didn't ask him for the £100. But I was delighted. It's a dream come true to save a penalty against a world-class player like that. You know, it's every schoolboy's dream.
As much as anything, it was a marvellous opportunity for the United players to greet the fans, especially those who couldn't make it to the games. At the Dublin Children's Hospital, they just popped in to say hello, and they made a number of youngsters very, very happy.
But I was just watching the last ward, and those kids are only 8 or 9, and the nurses were asking who they were, you know, what players they were, and the kids were able to rattle off the names, no problem. And the pronunciation's fairly good too.
Back at the hotel, it was United mania all over again. Signing sessions for waiting fans, most of them young ladies. There's a magic about Manchester United that stretches far beyond the boundaries of Manchester. The tour was already a major success. The following day, the Irish branch of the United Supporters Association got together before the game with Shelbourne just to have a ball.
during the season, my phone never stops. People wanting to go on trips, and
how much it costs, where are you staying, want to see Man U all the time.
an awful lot of them want to bring their kids over, as I say, particularly just to meet the players, get an autograph on their arm. They won't wash their arm for a month.
The most famous fan is one Davy Keogh, who's been just about everywhere. Say hello to him on your travels this season.
I'm more famous than Ryan Giggs. But this is happening, fan club behind me here, and I'm not going to...
No surprise then that there was another full house at Shelbourne, a wonderful occasion in wonderful weather. And no missing Davy. His flag was there all right for all to see. But no messing around this time from United. It was business straight from the kick-off.
Giggs' corner. Great header from Ince! And it just flew by the upright. It's a lovely warm afternoon now here in Dublin. And this crowd would love to see a goal, and they've got one! And I've been talking about Paul Ince's heading ability, and he's come up with the goods, and it's the famous celebration. Cantona. Lovely ball, Mark Hughes, it's opened up for him, he's got the strength, he's brought down. Is it inside? Surely it was. Yeah, penalty. It was only a matter of where the referee decided that the challenge took place, and it was always going to be inside the box. Now, Eric Cantona, the penalty king, who was dethroned on Saturday at Dundalk by Eddie Van Boxtel, confident enough to put that penalty miss behind him, won't be wanting to miss this one. Won't be missing this one. Good ball, Giggs. Time for McClare, sizes up the chip and hits the bar. Great effort by McClare. Sized up the opportunities, and eventually the ball reaches Hughes, and he's hit the same part of the bar that McClare did. Well, I think they're playing crossbars. Gillespie. Casper. Ince. Casper again. Gillespie again. Ince. This is super stuff from United. Hughes. Still. Cantona. This could be a glorious goal if it's got the right finish. And boy, it has. Well, that went back all the way to the right fullback position. What a magnificent goal that was.
There were kisses all round at Shelbourne, but surely this is a first. How to get your man in a corner. Watch the body swerve round the steward, neat footwork, and a kiss that can't miss. Mum, you'd never guess what I just did today. But then these days it's more than just football with Manchester United, the most famous football team around. From Ireland to Broadway, well, sort of, the hottest show in town, the new fashion range being modelled by the club, for the club, at the Granada Studio Tours.
That's it, and again. And you are perfect, yeah.
It's something a bit different, isn't it? And by the looks of it, well, you can see, got to put a smile on it, ain't you, folks?
So I just hope we can keep the gear after, really. Bit an improvement for you, wouldn't it?
Sharp, I've seen your trousers, don't knock it. Those ones are a lot better.
The key to it all is the front cover photo. Sharpie, Parks and a Coronation Street dream team on the back row. Jack Duckworth and Andy MacDonald.
I was stood at Wembley, 3-0 up, and I thought, I'm so privileged to be here. I've just been out to watch it, you know what I mean? It's true, Bill, it's true.
I was filming, I was sat on the roof with a load of pigeons, so I didn't know what I could do.
And here it is, the final product. Why not have a look inside? It's undoubtedly worth your while. Wolves was the step up to serious preparation. So serious that 28,000 were there to pack the new stadium, which is seriously impressive, by the way. United were there as part of the deal that took Darren Ferguson to Molineux. Wolves now managed by Graham Taylor, of course. And Darren took time out to say hello to old friends he'd grown up with at Old Trafford. He reckons his dad's side are getting better and better. We'll see in the coming months.
Yes, he's playing. Just sent to see him in the treatment room, yeah. Blisters.
Really?
Isn't it tongue?
Someone was certainly getting excited. Great atmosphere though, and the big time back at Molineux. A new strip too for Manchester United, who are beginning to show the right signs.
Clare finds Lee Sharp, the left winger, come left back, come left winger again. Good cross from Sharp, and Mark Hughes will put that one down as a good chance missed. Great condition Mark Hughes is in, but showing a little rustiness in front of goal. Blades going route one, the old Graham Taylor method from his Watford days. Bruce has missed it, Bull hasn't. Steve Bull, the darling of Molineux, brings the new stadium to its feet and gives Wolves a shock lead. Ryan Giggs has a quick look up to see who's joined the attack. Paul Ince goes flying in, Cantona a chance, and again Manchester United not too sharp in front of goal. In the middle of the season, Eric Cantona will be gobbling those up. Good vocal backing for United as Giggs curls in another corner. Ince throws himself at the ball, and that came off the knee of Peter Shirtliff and somehow found its way over the bar. Giggs gets another chance. Ince throws himself in again, and this time he scored. Not the most conventional goal that Paul Ince will ever score. He's had 3 attempts at it, and it was third time lucky for the England international. Got in front of the defender. A bit of luck attached to it, but United are level. David Kelly, the Irish international. Bit of a chase for Kevin Keane, but he keeps it in play. Orange shirt streaming forward. Bull climbing up again. Looks as though he'd foul the United defenders there. Great save from Schmeichel. Handball not given. And a third chance for Froggatt, but a brilliant save by Schmeichel. Well, it all happened in there, didn't it? Peter Schmeichel emerges as the hero. Cantona touches the referee. Ryan Giggs has yards of space on the left-hand side. Only one defender to beat. Goalkeeper's dropped it, and Blades has put it in his own goal. Nowhere to hide inside Molineux. A real disaster between goalkeeper and centre-half here. It wasn't the most difficult of shots for the goalkeeper to hang on to, and Blades really couldn't get out of the way of it, but his name's going to be attached to that one. Leclerc looks again. He's getting a surprising amount of space. Takes on Keane, glides around him as if he wasn't there. Oh, Eric Cantona. I don't know what the French is for sitter, but that translates. Giggs again, he's running the show now. Here in Dublin. Paul Ince. Giggs alongside him. Leclerc outside of it. Teasing little cross down Dublin. Brilliant save by the substitute goalkeeper, Paul Jones, making up for that mistake a few moments ago.
The next stop was Ibrox for a 4-way split between United, Newcastle, Rangers and Sampdoria. Eric Cantona's weekend for a number of reasons. Some things never change.
And there's Cantona going through with a great chance for the opening goal, and he was so confident there, having done all the hard work. He played that against the crossbar, and Newcastle survive. Guppy for Newcastle. That's delightful play by Guppy and a superb save by Schmeichel. Great attacking play by the Newcastle winger. Hughes back defending. It's a superb break on the right by Gillespie. Giggs is through the middle. Cantona coming from the left. Still Gillespie. And the clearance by Venison, who took up great position there, looking for the rebound from Sanicek. With Cantona. May advancing there from the right back position with Gillespie ahead of him. That's good play by Gillespie once again. There's Ince. It's a great header by Paul Ince. Well, he's a remarkable scoring record already this season in friendly matches in the build-up. The player shot. Still problems for Newcastle in defence. Hughes showing a lot of patience here. Looking for the shooting chance, and now the opportunity, and that surely. Well, it's wide of the post again. Well, it could be about 4-2 so far. Denison's pass, there's Watson, supported by Fox. Cole trying to make an angle. It's a great goal from Will Fox. The 20th minute of the match, and real appreciation all around the stadium, especially from those Newcastle United supporters. Hughes with the layoff, that's Cantona, good running by Sharp. This is Giggs. Running away from Beresford for the cross. May to Cantona. The late little chip there, and the chance is on for the equaliser. Collins denied inside the 6-yard box. That's May. Sanicek out of reach, it's Cantona with a header, and United have equalised. An error by Sanicek just before half-time, and then Cantona brings the sides level, but this was something of a nightmare for the keeper. There's Cantona. On the far side now is Gillespie. Switched wings with Giggs for the moment. He's away from Huddiger. Back to McClare. There's Ince. It's well struck. Caught Sanicek just off his line. It dipped behind the keeper. Unbelievable.
So 1-1 at full time, down to penalties, down to the last penalty each, with the scores tied.
There's Cantona. He's missed. Well, trying the cheekiest of efforts. His teammates can't believe that. Well, Cantona has missed, and it means that it's all down to Ruel Fox. And he's hit the post, so the contest continues. Back to the teenagers, it's Keith Gillespie, the 19-year-old. Young man from Northern Ireland. He telegraphed that one, Sanicek makes the save. Well, it's the Swiss international Mark Hughes who can win the tie for Newcastle United. He's done it! Newcastle United are the winners. Smile on the face of the Swiss Mark Hughes.
The following day it was Rangers for United, a chance for a number of United youngsters to really shine, both teams making changes, and Rangers introducing the French international Basile Boli to their fans.
Ince with a pass, but that wasn't anticipated. David Beckham going across. Lady the chance now after that mistake. Chance for United. Very well blocked by Maxwell. Well, some very slack play in defence involving Craig Moore and Stephen Presley. taking the lead off without question for Rangers. Here's Houstra. Duncan Ferguson peels off to the far post. He wants more height. Here's Jury. Saved by Schmeichel. Slack defensive play again, this time from David May for United. Durant. Under severe pressure there, winning that from Mickey Butt very well indeed. Christ again, Ferguson rather, there's Bolly, and that would have brought the house down. Frustration on the face of Basil Bolly. This is McCoy's, that's for Jury. Ferguson's in the middle, Durant supporting from midfield. Oh, and David May scores! An own goal, giving Rangers the lead.
So 1-0 down at half-time, and time for the introduction of Ryan Giggs and Eric Cantona. What a 45 minutes it would be for the Frenchman. What a fiery finish to the tournament.
Cantona's available again. Oh, they knew exactly what he's about there, knew exactly where Ince was. Hughes with Cantona, great play from United. Breaking there for Butt, there's a superb save by Maxwell. Well, that would have been a collector's item had that gone in. Here's Durant through the gap, it goes for McCoy. This could settle it for Rangers. And no luck at all for McCoist. A superb flowing move and a great finish there by McCoist, denied by the upright. Eric Cantona's in trouble with the referee. Few words exchanged there between the referee and Eric Cantona, but some little exchange. Eric Cantona has been shown the yellow card. Well, they would be well advised, I would suggest, to calm things down, because Andrew Waddle's not the kind of man to... Temperament flaw is evident once again.
Alex Ferguson was obviously disappointed, but he accepts, like the fans accept, that with Eric Cantona you take the whole package. Cantona never made any contact, but he certainly made the headlines. In the meantime, the package for early season looks like this. Queen's Park Rangers at home in the big kick-off, but watch out for Leeds and Liverpool in early September. Here we go again. And if you want to relive the glories of last season, then get yourself a copy of the Champions book, which is now on sale, priced $9.99. If you want the action to go with it, then the first 4 editions of Manchester United on video are still available, but they're selling fast. We'll see you in October. Till then, bye-bye.